Hi guys, hope you're well. Welcome to Raising Spirits with Nolan Woods. We're back at the home bar today, here to talk to you guys about glassware. So, what we're going to go through is, just different types of glasses, and I'm going to give you guys some ideas on which glasses you should pick and for what types of drinks you would serve those kinds of glasses in. Now, I know some of you, especially some of the younger folks out there, probably don't care about this stuff so much. I mean, I know when I was young, just, one of the red plastic beer pong cups would have been just fine for basically everything. But, I do think that, alcohol is a lot like... It's a truck driving by or something. It's kind of noisy. Hope it doesn't bother you guys in the video. But anyways, I think alcohol is a lot like food. And we consume with our eyes first. And when you put that little bit of extra effort into something to present it in a nice plate or in a nice glass and make sure it's done properly, you just enjoy it just that little bit more, and your guests will appreciate it a little bit more as well. So without further ado, folks, this is the glassware video, just to give you guys some ideas of different variations of glassware you can use for different cocktails. So let's get into it. Okay guys, so the first glass that we're going to talk about today is actually the wine glass. Now, I don't have a whole lot to say about wine glasses because unfortunately I don't actually drink that much wine. I know there's some people out there that's all they drink. They're just huge fans of wine. Personally, I actually cook with wine a lot more than I actually drink it. But I have two different wine glasses here. So, basically with wine glasses, you're looking at this one that has a little bit more height to it and it's less wide in the glass area. That's going to be your stereotypical white wine glass. And the one that's a little bit wider and looks more like a fishbowl, I guess, that's going to be your stereotypical red wine glass. I mean, that's if you want to get traditional about things. I mean, I don't think it overall really matters whether or not you serve red in one or white in the other. I mean, I'm sure, for the purposes of, inhaling the nodes, I know people do that with wine and stuff, you might want to do it if you have, a real wine connoisseur over at your house or something. That's never been a problem for me. I assume it wouldn't be a problem for most of you guys. But just in case you wanted to know, yeah, the taller, thinner glasses are usually white wine. The shorter, kind of fatter, more fishbowl glasses are the red wine glasses. And it's always good to have them around because... most people like a nice glass of wine with dinner or before dinner or after dinner, depending on what type of wine it is. And yeah, so wine glasses are going to be the first one on the to get list for sure. Okay, guys, so up next on the list is going to be something I'm a little bit more intelligent about talking about. Like I said, I don't know a lot about wine glasses, but I could tell you a little bit about beer glasses because I absolutely love beer. One of my favorite things to drink, and it's very interesting because most different countries have their own specific design of a beer glass or a pint, as you could say. So most of us are going to be familiar with the stereotypical British pint, which looks something along the lines of this. It just looks like some sort of variation of a water glass, but it's it's just a nice, easy, comfortable glass. It looks good, especially when you got a nice head of foam on it. And that's the standard British pint that most of us are used to. But if you're looking for something a little bit different, I have options and some ideas to throw at you for that. So, for example, there's also this guy, a beer mug. We all have memories of going to, A&W and getting the big mugs of root beer. And these are nice. And these particular ones are really, really heavy. And you can put them in the freezer for a while, chill them for 5 minutes or so, then pour your beer, and it keeps your beer nice and cold. So it's a pretty traditional way of having a beer, and it also just, it's a cool glass, and they're fun to have around. So mugs are always a good option. Another good option would be this guy. So this is actually a Belgian pint glass. These belong to my parents. I've had them forever. I took them with me when I moved out. When I was a little kid, actually, Funny story, I used to mix chocolate milk in this, and that was back in the day, like before you could actually buy chocolate milk, and you had to have the milk and like the chocolate syrup mix and then stir it. I don't know why I chose these glasses because it's just such a small area in the bottom. So it wasn't easy to mix chocolate milk in this thing, but I don't know. It made me feel cool to use this glass for some reason. So I always drank chocolate milk out of these. So when I moved out, I took them with me. Now I drink beer out of them the way they're supposed to be. These are Belgian pint glasses, and again, it's just it's a different way of serving it, and it just looks really unique and cool. So a Belgian pint glass could be a good option for you as well. And then I also have this guy. This is a German beer glass. I mean, like a lot of people think Germans all drink their beer out of like Boots and Steins and stuff, but this is actually a traditional German beer pint or glass or whatever you want to call it. And I don't know what it looks like to you guys like this, but when this is actually full with a beer with a nice perfect head of foam on it, this is probably my favorite beer glass. It is the most elegant and beautiful looking glass, and it just, it's just, I don't know what else to say, guys. It's just a beautiful, beautiful glass. In fact, I remember coming home one time, my roommate had some flowers, and I don't have a vase around here or anything, and I look on my table, and there's one of my German beer glasses in the center of the table with a bunch of flowers sticking out of it. And guess what? It looked beautiful. I mean, my first thought was, why the hell is there flowers in my beer glass? But at the end of the day, it looked great because it's just an overall beautiful glass. And kind of a pain in the ass to clean. They don't really fit in the top dish rack, so you do have to wash them by hand, and you can't exactly fit your whole fist in it to get to the bottom to clean it properly. So you need to have a proper cleaning tool to get to the bottom. But overall, this is, to me, one of the most beautiful glasses to serve a beer in, is a German beer glass. And then lastly, I even have this. So this would be just another variation of this guy here, which is just this massive friggin' mug that I bought. It holds 6 cups of liquid, but honestly, I've actually never drinking beer out of it. This is mostly my water glass. Like at dinner time or something, I'll fill it up to the top with water and make sure I have to drink the whole thing before bed. Good way to get liquid into you. I mean, if you like to drink alcohol, that's great, but most of us don't drink enough water. So one way to do that is just buy a big ass mug, fill it to the top when you start dinner, and make sure you drink all of it by the end. So, I mean, alcohol's fun, guys, but drinking water, very important. So whether it's filled with beer or water, having a large pint such as this one is always nice to have around as well. Okay, guys, so the next one on our list today is going to be the martini glass. And I find a lot of people don't really carry martini glasses in their cabinets, which is a shame, because a lot of people think, like, I don't drink martinis, so therefore I don't need martini glasses. But a lot of drinks are traditionally served in a martini glass, not just a classic martini. I have 2 variations of the glass. I have this one here, which is, kind of the classic, the traditional martini glass. And I also have this one, slightly less popular, but a stemless version, which I really like. It's got a much heavier base on it. But personally, I think I prefer the traditional one, just because there's just something really iconic about the martini glass, you guys. And I really, really love this glass. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. And I do enjoy a martini now and then. I prefer vodka to gin, but maybe that's a discussion for a different video. But yeah, martini glasses are really, really important, because outside of the martini, you can serve things like Sex on the Beach or Bellini, or there's all kinds of things that look great in a martini glass. And again, presentation matters, and it doesn't get more iconic than a traditional martini glass. So I would suggest one of these 2. Personally, I prefer the traditional one that looks like it's right out of a spy movie or something. So martini glasses. Okay, guys, so the next glasses that I'm going to mention are, honestly, I felt like I didn't even really need to put these ones in the video, but just, we're doing a glassware video, so I'm going to put them anyway. And that's just standard water glasses, both tall and short variety, which pretty much everybody has in their house. And that's going to be, something like this, right? Because there's really no drink you can't mix and serve in these kinds of glasses, depending on whether they want a double or a triple or a single. You can pick whichever size you need for the drink. Again, I didn't feel like I needed to mention these necessarily, but it almost felt not right to leave them out. Um, like in these taller glasses, drinks like mojitos look really great. In the shorter glasses, just like a standard, screwdriver or a vodka cranberry look great as well. But a standard water glass, absolute essential, whether we're talking home bar or just basic kitchen glassware. Always got to have water glasses in various sizes. So okay, guys. So now what we're doing is we're talking crystal. So you're gonna need some crystal. Like honestly, this is almost as iconic as the martini glass. Crystal, it's classy, it's elegant, it's traditional. These guys were super popular throughout the 60s and 70s mostly. It's not as popular nowadays to have like a whole home bar on display the way I do, but back in the 60s and 70s it was like pretty normal that most people had a home bar all nicely set up. And crystal glasses were an absolute must, and I still probably use these glasses myself more than any other glass because of the way I like to drink. Like I like old fashions, I like drinking bourbon or different whiskeys on the rocks or neat, and these are usually my go-to glasses for that. So yeah, crystal is an absolute must. A lot of people think, oh, crystal's really expensive, and it can be very expensive. I don't think these are though. I don't remember what I paid for these, but it wasn't much. You can find pretty good deals on crystal either online or in certain department stores. You just gotta look, and not all crystal looks like this. This is a very, very traditional looking crystal glass. Yeah, very reminiscent of the 60s and 70s, but they have much more modern ones if you guys think this one is perhaps a little bit too old school for you. There's definitely other options out there, but this is the guy you make a lot of traditional cocktails, and especially the old fashioned, one of the most iconic cocktails of all time, right up there with the martini. So yeah, crystal is an absolute must for a home bar, guys. Okay, guys, so up next we've got a brandy glass. So a brandy glass kind of looks like a wine glass without the stem, or at least with a really stumpy stem. And basically what this glass is truly designed for is to enjoy a spirit neat. No ice, no mix, no nothing. Just enjoying a spirit for what it is. That's what this glass is for. So you'll usually see me using this glass with brandy or cognac or something along those lines. Something that is usually a more high-end spirit that is best enjoyed without anything mixed in with it. Again, you don't have to spend a lot of money. Actually, this one I got from the dollar store. I think I paid $3 for it. I don't have like a full set of brandy glasses because honestly I don't know a lot of people who like to drink cognac and brandy the way I do every once in a while. So I bought this one glass just for me. I'm the only one who uses it because it's not very often, or ever really, that I have a guest come over and say, hey, I'd love a glass of brandy or a glass of scotch or something. And it's just, it's not really a thing I find. So yeah, this is really more just for me. But if you are somebody who enjoys a spirit neat, or you have a circle of friends that enjoy, sitting around drinking some really good cognac, maybe smoking a cigar, these glasses are going to be really, really good for you to have around because it will really add to the experience. So, yeah, brandy glasses, guys, a good thing to have. Okay, guys, so up next, what we have is unfortunately a glass that, believe it or not, I actually don't have it, and I'm so sorry. We'll make sure we put some images up so you guys know what I'm talking about, and that's going to be the champagne glass. So the champagne glass, in the same sort of genre as a wine glass, except the actual glass part of it is going to be really, really slim, really, really skinny. And these are what, obviously, you serve champagne in them, and what things like mimosas are traditionally served in. So champagne and orange juice, champagne and grapefruit juice, things like that. Personally, I don't really drink in the mornings, which is why I do not keep mimosa glasses or champagne glasses around. Sorry, but if you're somebody who really likes a mimosa or a glass of champagne, with brunch or something, that's what mimosas are generally traditionally famous for, is brunch. Then I suggest getting some champagne glasses. I'm sorry I don't have any. I really don't drink champagne, and mimosas, when I do have them, it's usually when I go out to a restaurant or something. So But still, it's a very iconic glass, and it could be a good idea to put it into your home bar if that's the sort of drink that you like to have, which is like a morning brunch type drink. So champagne glasses, guys. I'm sorry, I don't have them. Okay, guys, so the last glass we're going to talk about today, you know, it's really not an essential for any home bar, but I felt like putting it in there just because it is so iconic, and that's going to be the copper mug. I mean, you really only keep these around to make one drink, and that's, of course, the famous Moscow Mule. And, you know, you can buy these mugs as singles. You can buy them in sets. Personally, I only have a couple of them because I don't drink Moscow Mules that often. But if I ever have a guest over who wants one, I can bust them out and really add that wow factor to the presentation. Because, I mean, here's the thing, guys. I mean, like, really, you can serve any drink in any glass, right? But when you put that little bit of extra effort to display the beverage the right way or in a really, really elegant way, it'll add that wow factor, and people will just appreciate it more, and you yourself as well will be able to enjoy the drink a little bit more. So instead of, you know, making a Moscow Mule and just putting it into a standard tall water glass or whatever you have, you can take one of these guys out, make it the traditional way, and present it the traditional way, and you'll just appreciate that a little bit more, guys. So if you have space and you're looking to fill it with one more type of glass mug cup, I would recommend the copper mug for Moscow Mules, guys. And there you have it, you guys. There's my video on glassware for your home bar to really set up your bar to be able to be as versatile as possible when it comes to making simple mixed drinks or more extravagant things, and being able to present them nicely and really add a level of elegance to the cocktails you make for yourself and for your guests. That's all I got for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I really enjoyed making it for you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, tell us what you think, and remember to always drink responsibly, guys, okay? Everybody have a good day. Take care.